You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is a 2023 animated adventure film directed by Jeff Rowe. After years of being sheltered in the sewers of New York City, the Turtles want to venture out into the human world and be accepted as normal teenagers. Their new friend, April O'Neil, helps them take on a mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon find themselves in far over their heads when a team of mutants is unleashed upon them. The film stars Jackie Chan, Ayo Edebiri, Seth Rogen, John Cena, and Ice Cube, in addition to newcomers Nicholas Cantu as Leonardo, Micah Abbey as Donatello, Brady Noon as Raphael, and Shaman Brown Jr. as Michelangelo. So I have been insanely hyped for this film from the first time I had seen any sort of trailer or marketing for it. I really love the Turtles. Obviously, I grew up on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I lived for some guys in those old rubber suits in those 90s live action films. I loved the TV series, and I didn't love them, but there's still some enjoyment to even be had with those Michael Bay produced films. But wow, this just looked awesome and refreshing. Something new, a new take on the Turtles, a new take on animation, and I couldn't wait to get in and see this film. Everything I had seen leading up had me over the moon. So I am extremely happy to report I adored Mutant Mayhem. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, surprisingly, my biggest positive is actually the story, and more specifically, the heart of this film. It is such a heartfelt message about acceptance, about understanding who you are, your family, prejudices, all of that is bundled up into this message. And it has a huge heart that I was not prepared for. The journey of these young teenagers to be accepted as they are, as the weird mutant turtles that they are in the human world, trying to find themselves and their own identities while trying to be friends with people who don't want to accept them, was actually very moving and very heartfelt. I was 100% in on this journey and the story. And the turtles themselves go through really wonderful character arcs in this film. Particularly, I think Leo, my man, my fave Leo, Leonardo, goes through the biggest character journey of them all here, which makes sense as he's the leader, though he doesn't really start out as much of a leader. Watching his character develop and grow throughout the story was fantastic. Watching April develop and grow, and even watching Splinter grow throughout this film was fantastic. And what I really love, they actually let the turtles be teenagers. They cast young actors, age appropriate actors. They made them act like teens. They made them feel like authentic young turtles. Because so often, one, they're voiced by adults in pretty much every other iteration in film form. But two, the mannerisms, what they do, how they feel, how they interact with each other. They are modern day teens filming each other, having fun. We even throw in language about Riz in this film. I mean, it is full on teens. Now, will that make it dated in the future? We'll see. But as of right now, it just felt really relatable. There's a lot of pop culture references in here that just worked because, again, they're teens in the modern age. The needle drops are also fantastic. They range from really funny to just extremely fitting, always on the nose, but appropriate for what you're looking at. But although I said Leo has always been my favorite turtle, Donnie steals the show in this film. Donnie was amazing. He's the funniest. He has the most identifiable lines. He is great in this movie. All of the turtles are great, but Donnie really steals the show and kind of came out as the MVP for me. I don't know. And I do love this very distinct animation style. This looks like nothing else I've seen in theaters. It's very distinct, very artistic. It's kind of grungy and grimy, but that gives it this cool factor and just provides yet another texture to the theatrically animated film landscape that we are just getting spoiled with. So many different types of animation being brought to the screen, and TMNT just brought another style into the fold and further elevated the medium of animation. And the film was really funny. I mentioned it with Donnie, but I laughed pretty much throughout the entire film, along with being really heartfelt. The action is fun, but man, is this film funny. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to TMNT Mutant Mayhem? Well, probably my biggest issue with the film actually does tie into animation. I know I just praised it and I love the style and the bold choice, but the character designs, particularly for the humans and for some of these other mutants, oh, it pushed it a little far for me. I'm not the biggest fan of kind of like this weird, grotesque animation style. I know it's really popular, particularly for animated television shows. That weird, kind of gross animation style has long been popular there. But like the weird off-center faces or misshapen heads on people, these very strange mutant animals, some of the character designs, again, specifically when it came to the humans, other than April, basically, they weren't my favorite, and they detracted more than elevated the rest of the animation in the film. Other than that, I loved this film. It's a quick, easy breezy watch. It doesn't bog down too much in the sentimentality that I spoke of, but it definitely gives so much heart to what you're watching. Maybe there could have been more action because we spend a lot of time pre-action in this film, and the turtles themselves, we go through little montages or whatnot. It's maybe a little bit light on turtle action. I didn't really have a problem with that personally, just something else to touch on because I loved this film. I thought it was fantastic. It's likely, if not my favorite, top 2 favorite TMNT films to ever hit theaters. I can't wait to experience this again. It was so fun, so funny, and that message really hit home for me. If you're a Turtles fan, rush out to the movie theaters to check this one out. Once it hits those screens, I know you're going to love this. These are the Turtles you know and love, reimagined, but in the best possible way. They're authentic to the turtles we grew up with, but feel like real teenagers. It literally gives you everything you want as a turtle fan, as an animation fan, and honestly, just as a film fan. So that was my review for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited for TMNT Mutant Mayhem, or did you also check it out at an early screening? Let me know all of your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on X. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.